Welcome to the Parkland Paint Project. It's Parkland Rising, and it's a wonderful opportunity to bring some life and some beauty to the Parkland neighborhood, especially after it's experienced so much negativity. We're bringing some positive energy. You see businesses opening up, the Boys and Girls Club, active churches, folks walking up and down the street, taking a look at this project and commenting on how great it is to see some life and energy in the area. So we're really excited about that.
Center for Neighborhoods, one of our main programs is PAINT, and PAINT is an acronym for Partnering Art in Neighborhoods Together. It's where we bring local artists into a neighborhood that has asked us to actively come in and participate and bring some public art to make a difference in the neighborhood. And we contacted Councilwoman Scott. We've worked with PNIA, the Parkland Neighborhood Improvement Association, for several years now. The councilwoman was very excited to hear that we wanted to bring some public art into the Parkland neighborhood and make a difference and instill some pride back into Parkland.
This is the Parkland Rising. And in the center we have a phoenix. And the phoenix is a mythical creature that died in fire but found the strength within itself to recreate itself and was reborn. So this is a neighborhood that has gone through lots of struggles, but it's also had lots of good times also. This phoenix represents this neighborhood rising up from those hard times to reclaim its prominence as a prominent neighborhood in the city of Louisville.
As the vice chair of the Metro Council Vacant Properties Committee, for me, seeing a vacant two-story building turned into a work of art is thrilling, and it's also a model for other places to use, other communities that are struggling with the same issues we are around abandoned and vacant properties. In the Parkland neighborhood where we are right now, 30% of the homes are abandoned or vacant. 30% of the homes in this one neighborhood. So when we can take buildings one by one and turn them into works of art, then we make this a neighborhood that people want to come to and invest in.
In order to facilitate this project, the artists actually had several different workshops with residents, schools, the Parkland Boys and Girls Club, and kept the neighborhood active and involved.
The Center for Neighborhoods had a selection process, and during that selection process, we actually got to talk and meet with members of the community. And one of the things that I often heard was this community used to be great. And we had doctors and lawyers and teachers, and we had one of the busiest centers of commerce down on 28th and Dumenial. And as the adults shared those stories, the kids would say, "What happened? What happened to all of that?" And the adults said it was here and it can happen again. So for me, the phoenix symbolizes that conversation. Around us, we also have historical photos of the Parkland area. And for me, the photos symbolize an opportunity for the adults to share with the youth of this neighborhood what was here in the past and what can be here in the future. I've seen that I can use the art as a tool to inspire and motivate generations of people.
The community itself has to have an idea that people care, that we haven't shut our eyes, given up. Even though we may have crime and this and that, but I feel like there's crime everywhere. But when people can see that there's others that care, there's others that's getting involved, there's others that want to revitalize the community, and when you feel like somebody care about your community, people change.
This is a symbol of hope for me, and I know on May 17th of last year, there was shootings right over in this area. And as I rode through this area, I saw what I call the teddy bear shrines that represent death. And for me, this phoenix represents life. And the colors on the panels that were selected by the children at the Parkland Boys and Girls Club, they represent energy. And if you notice, there's movement on the panels, on the doors. And as the phoenix rises, it affects everything else around it. So you see that movement in the panels. And then on the bottom panels, Councilwoman Scott wanted the neighborhood to really talk about what they wanted to see happen in Parkland. So on those little stickers it said, "We will rise again as." We actually had members of the community fill out things that they wanted to see happen here in Parkland specifically, and in the west end of Louisville generally. So this is a building of hope, and I've seen residents come down the streets And I had one resident tell me it's good to come down the street and see something that makes me smile. And that's what this building is about. It's about creating hope, but not just creating hope, but creating an opportunity for action. To know that even though things are one way, that we can transform them with the resources that we have at hand to make something new.
This piece of property, I believe, had sat for almost 20 years, a two-story vacant apartment building. Hopefully now this will cause someone to look at it in a different light, and it'll be utilized in the future for something that's more valuable to the neighborhood than just a vacant property.
We're already seeing what's happening. This corner, 32nd and Greenwood, is hopping. It's alive. It's got a restaurant, a barbershop. Come get your hair cut and get a good meal while you're at it and check out some art.
Not only is it a phoenix, but it's a phoenix made from things that people threw out. So these are recycled bottles that were collected off the street from people's trash bins. We had every school in the Parkland area help collect those bottles. The head of the phoenix is made from repurposed fabrics, old newspapers, old plastic bags. So the art represents taking things that people thought might not have any purpose and turning them into something that's beautiful and meaningful. And I think that's what needs to happen in order for there to be a massive rebirth of our communities, especially those in the West End, for us as a collective body to realize that we already have the resources at hand to do the things that need to be done to turn our neighborhoods and our communities around.
It made me feel that I did something to help the community, and that it's made a difference because people are taking care of it.
I started to think that I wanted to do small pieces for people's homes, but after doing this public arts project, I believe that I'm drawn to do more public art, to bring more people to use art as a tool to create job skills, economic opportunities, and also to develop our culture as a people and give ourselves a chance to express who we are and what we believe.
I had fun getting to know the different people in the neighborhood and working together on something that will bring the neighborhood together.
I think this is a great start, and this project isn't my project, it's the neighborhood's project. And to me, that's what's most important, that there were over 300 people involved in some way, shape, or form. We had probably over 20 different organizations that helped out. So this is not my project. It's not just Center for Neighborhoods project. It's not Councilwoman Scott's project. It's the neighborhood's project. It's Parkland's project. This is Louisville's project, because we had organizations outside of this neighborhood who helped.
Proud of myself that I helped on something that's very beautiful and that we came together as a community.
We can't change in a day, you know, but as long as I think if there's an ongoing process, I don't think that this is the end. You know, it creates a new beginning for the whole community as a whole, to where we can look forward to different things and different things happening, you know, within it.
Louisville is a city of neighborhoods. Parkland is one of those neighborhoods. We will rise together is what the sign says at the top of this art project. We will rise together as a community, and we will rise together with other folks in the city of Louisville coming here as a destination location to see art and to see what is possible in this possibility city.
I'm proud of it because it seems like it's been making a difference.
I think it's become kind of a role model for future paint projects and how to have the neighborhood engaged in the overall process.
For me, it's extremely exciting, and it gives me hope that as long as we come together as a community and as a city, that nothing is impossible for us. And I hear over and over again that this is a city of possibilities, and in order for it to be a city of possibilities, it's going to take all of us with all of our resources, all of our creativity, all of our energy coming together in a way where we're unashamed to share those resources.
You're watching Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro government.